Hello, YouTuber Wilbur. So I'm going to share the So2 Tuesday. You just never know how this is going to go. If there was just a camera right in the center of the screen, that would be great. But yeah. So we did yesterday. We did a recording. I like to say filming, but it's not filming anymore, is it? A recording of our second show. The first show, of course, we didn't actually produce the whole thing because we were happy with a lot of things in it, but you only got a taste of it a few weeks ago. This is the full-length show. It's about 25 minutes. If you can tolerate it, I think it's worth it to watch the whole thing. Um, this was the first time I was actually on the switcher by myself, and the people that worked there were assisting me with audio and you know comments like pay attention and don't let your mind wander. I have to not listen to the content going on. I have to focus on the movement and following back between the two characters in the performance. And so I did pretty well. There was a spot in the end when they stopped talking and we were switching over to the credits, and I didn't pull out the bottom title, uh, and so I had some issue there, and you'll see that if you listen to the whole thing, you'll see it. But overall, I think it went fairly well, and we'll keep playing along and getting more and more comfortable with it. Um, so I hope you make some comments below about how you think it turned out, and if you, of course, have any questions about the topic matter, you can either email them directly off their website if you don't want to have your comments known to the great wide world of YouTube. that You could just send a private questions to their website, and they will either answer it directly or they will they will answer it on the following uh, video, whether it's a Tuesday video or on the show, depending on how it all fits into the world, into the scheme of things of the moment. So, well, the other thing I wanted to share too, but and it has some kind of character around it, is that I shared a video of my daughter uncrating her Heady vacuum. Um, it's a vacuum that's made in Great Britain. Great Britain. Um, they've been making them there for many, many years. And it started with the Henry, and now they have like a whole family of names. I'll try to remember to put a link down below for the actual website. People around in this country, I think they look at it as being a toy or a cheap knockoff of a shop vac. And in all sense, it's kind of like a shop vac, as you've got the plastic canister down below the tub. The hose attaches and screws in, just like my shop vac that I have in the other room. And but then it has metal wands and pipes. And it's got a good quality head for vacuuming rug or carpet, or hardwood floor. There's a switch in it that switches between the two. She's very happy with the quality of all those features, and plus they have the accessory bag, little wands, and blah blah blah. But the interesting thing to me is that when I was calling around to the local vacuum stores, because basically if you're buying it locally, you're going to go to that vacuum store that you've always driven by and never went in, or maybe you do go in to buy parts for your vacuum. And most of them, I would say, probably was 6 vacuum stores, I would say. And one of them had the heady. We actually drove down to Connecticut. It was about an hour. Well, we stopped at a bakery along the way. So that was probably an hour and a half down, hour and 20 minutes back up. But yeah, so hour and a half. Um, and they had the heady, but they'd been missing the HEPA filter. She probably would have gotten a sale that day if they had all the parts. But I was able to get a really good price off of Amazon. Nobody would really come close to that price. The best price I got was $350 there in Albany, which is further away than the one in Connecticut. Hour and a half easy by highway. Um, so, and I really like to support local vendors when I can, but when you can save $100, you're saving $100. So, and that's going to be bags and HEPA filters, whatever accessories she's going to wish in the future, or maybe another vacuum. Now she has a Millie, the Sebo, which is a Sebo is more commercial than the Millie, the Millie, the Heady, the Sebo, and the Millie. There are her 3 vacuums. Um, I bought a Dyson and she thought that was wonderful, but then eventually she decided it wasn't so wonderful anymore. And she really wanted the Millie. The Millie is a very strong vacuum, but it's not designed to be used every day. So, but the interesting thing about calling around was that people look at that vacuum and think of it as a piece of junk because it's a little pink thing. It's got a smiley face on the front of it, and it looks like a shop vac. So, that even the vacuum stores kind of looked at it as being, you know, not as good as what they carried in their inventory. And I just thought it was kind of interesting that they were unaware of its quality. And that she had got recommended from a cleaning company from California, and she did a lot of research, and a lot of people that have them love them. Somebody actually, a subscriber had commented that they have the Henry and they just love it. So, time will tell on how well it does. Of course, the England version runs on the what is it, 200 volts or so, 300, 280, 200, 230, 230. Whereas the domesticated one for the United States runs on 110, so you might have a little bit difference in the power, but if she likes it and it works for her, and it's lighter than the Sebo, it makes it worthwhile for her. So this is the second make of my last video, and it still ends up being 8 minutes because I just love the babble. But it's just I just thought it was kind of funky that people were judging, even these vacuum stores were judging the thing because of its looks and not by what the performance of it is. And it's just interesting, and how often can we look at that in life is that we judge somebody by the way that they look and not how they actually are. Whether it's political or it's our neighbors or whatever it is. So, without any further ado, I am going to put a link down below for the video. I hope everybody takes a look at it and comments if they wish, and or ask questions to them to see if you can get some answers if you wish. So, as it is, ta-ta.